In this video, I share tips on how to navigate the taxis in Manila. And this video will let you know how not to get ripped off. And if you feel like you're getting ripped off, I'll show you how to get out of it. Taxi! Hey, it's Chi. When you go to the Philippines, transportation is pretty tough, and taxi is more convenient. Sometimes you get taxi drivers who will ask you a few extra pesos, and majority of them are really nice people. But I had one bad experience. So here's the story. This taxi driver was legit, didn't ask for any extra pesos, and just used the meter. Where's the F1 Hotel BGC? Now this taxi driver here was a total fraud. I think the luggage kind of made him think like, okay, they're tourists. But we were heading out to BGC for just one day, like a day trip. Did you hear that? Let's play it again. I heard two beeps and I saw the guy press the meter twice. I accidentally left the camera on, not knowing that I was catching a fraud, a scammer. So what this taxi driver was doing was driving super slow. At one point, he went into a gas station and it looked like he was going to fill gas, but he didn't. And going to the main strip, he was going way below the speed limit. So this is what it looks like on Google Earth. You can see it's just barely around the corner. We left the building, we circled around, and we hit the gas station like I said. From the gas station, this is the main strip, and I swear, clicking on Google Earth is probably how fast as he was traveling. There was no traffic, and mind you, it was early in the morning. This guy was trying to milk every little cent, centavo, peso that he could muster. At this point, I was like, dude, I'm gonna film you. So if you look at the meter, let me zoom up on that. We barely went around the block and through the gas station, and it was already 65 pesos. And with that money, we could go super far to Chinatown, to other places down Manila with that kind of price. Another technique that they do is they rev their engine. I don't know if the RPMs makes the meter go faster, but this person was doing that. And actually other taxi drivers kind of do that as well. I don't know if you heard me, but I told him tabi means like kind of pull over. I don't know the rough translation to that, but basically we want to get out. Sorry, Kuya, not today. Maybe if I was in a better mood, I'll probably just let him go and get a ride for our lives and rip us off, which would be fine because, you know, it's just only pesos. But again, I'm here to enjoy my vacation, and I don't really need anyone trying to be, you know, trying to ruin it. And I get it, it's a livelihood. And I appreciate all the taxi drivers out there, but please not today, sir. You could tell his demeanor kind of changed. He was like rubbing his head. He knew he was caught, and he knew he missed out on a good fare, but not me. We could have pulled off anywhere around here, but he said that it wasn't allowed. He could even took a right and pulled up to another part of the driveway, but he milked everything and ended up going through, I believe it was like Traders Hotel. So this is the spot through Google Earth, and this is where we exactly got off the taxi. Right here. You could barely see the meter, but now the cost was 71 pesos and 50 centavos. It's like, come on, man. I'll give you more pesos if you would have been straight legit. That's the taxi driver straight up trying to rip us off. His meter was like super high. He put it at 2, which was speeding. Then all of a sudden, he was like, from here, it was already 71 pesos. Totally rip off. Okay, yeah. As the taxi driver left, I didn't get the video, but he kept turning around and kind of glancing or kind of looking at me because I think he knew I was filming. After all that, we just jumped into another taxi and headed our way out to BGC. And if you look at this taxi meter, it was 87 pesos, which we were already deep into BGC, way past into the city and almost to our destination. I'm still shaking my head. I mean, I get it. It's money and everything, but me, I'm very generous. If you're a cool taxi driver and if you're funny, I'll give you an extra 150 pesos because I enjoyed the ride. But please don't try to rip me off. I understand life is hard, but it's hard for everyone. So, with that, my only suggestion, if you want to jump into a taxi, if you feel like you're getting ripped off, don't be afraid to just say, hey, tabi dyan, or just pull over or let me out. It'll save you a ton. Made it to BGC. So the first taxi we went to, that guy totally was trying to rip us off. We went around the corner and it was almost like 70 pesos. And I saw when he did it, he pressed the button like twice. So he made the timer super fast. So I was like, no way, we're getting out of this taxi. So we jumped on another one and it cost about 175 pesos, which it was legit. I hope this tips help you out a little bit if you travel to Manila, especially if you're a foreigner or it's your first time. Don't be afraid to just speak up and just leave. But most part, enjoy. Don't let this thing kind of hold you down. It's a lot to explore. So with that, this is Chi, and I'm out.